there, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video I'm sharing with you a Zara haul, and not just a Zara, it's a Zara shoe haul for the summer. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, please stay tuned. So the first pair of shoes that I'm sharing with you from Zara are these sandals, and I need to grab my phone to make sure that I'm getting the prices and all of that. This is probably by far my favorite of this shoe haul because it's a rubberized thong sandal. I've been on the market for a thong sandal, and I love this one, except that it does not fit. The Zara did say, I think it only goes up to a size 10, which is a European 41, and I'm usually 11 or 42, and this is the highest it goes, or the largest it goes. And Zara did say this will be my size, but I did try it, and just as you can see in the try on haul, it's kind of very tight. And what else about it? It costs $75.90. I know Zara prices have gone up, and why I know that, especially in the US, it must be the tariffs, because some of the prices have the EU prices on them, or some of the shoes have the EU prices on them. And when I look at the EU prices and convert it to dollars, there's a huge difference. So there's a huge markup, and I know that must definitely be the tariffs on there, or the duty, or the tariffs. So like I said, this costs $75.90, and this has like some cushioning in there. And so let me go to my order, because it does explain what they are. I wish this was, because this was probably by far my favorite. I wish this was actually, it says this is in the khaki green color, although to me this is more of a brown. I'm not sure how it's showing on camera, but maybe by the time I edit it, it'll show up back probably. But this is more of a brown. It's really good. I love the footbed of it, and I love the way, that is. And because it has like a slight heel, it's not too high, and so it's a great purchase. Only if it was my size. So unfortunately, I'll have to send it back. And some of it, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, for a thong sandal, Zara could have easily made this leather, because in this summer heat, and I'm recording this on a very hot day, this will melt into give you that kind of straps. But except maybe if you're not wearing on a hot day out, then it wouldn't have that effect. But this is rubber, and I mean, they could have just done this strap leather and it will be okay. But it's very steady. And I love the fact that the shape of the back of this, and the way this is angled right there, it has a very good aesthetic, and I wish it was my size. Unfortunately, it's going back, although I'll link all of this down. It's a good one, and I wish it worked for me. So the next one from Zara is this. It's part of their 50-year anniversary shoe, and if you see me looking away, I'm looking at trying to make sure that I give you the proper pricing, the heel height, and all of that. So this is also a very small heel height, because this says the 2.8 inches high, so it's not even up to a 3-inch height, and it's 7 centimeters if you're converting in centimeters. It's part of the 50th anniversary sale, like I said, and it's not as cushioned as the other one, but it does look good. And what I think that differentiates this, or makes this unique, or will give it an upscale look, is this gold detailing there. And so with this, I did order a pair of shoes pre-loved from the Real that's supposed to come today. Hopefully I am able to share as part of this haul if this comes in. And I'm trying to contemplate between that one and this, or just have both. But this is a good one. It costs $109. It does, but in euro it's $59.95, and when I converted euro, it's not giving it's $129. I actually thought it was $109. It's $129. So even in euros, it's not giving that. Plus, you have to convert it. I wish it's something that I knew somebody that was going to Europe, and you can easily get it, but I'm not sure if they'll find the size. So I'm still contemplating this, although I don't have like black heel that's not thong, because the one I'm supposed to get today from the Real is a thong sandal. I don't have one that is not thong and that I can easily slip in. I've noticed that if I wear a sandal and I have to sit down and buckle it and do all of that, you know, jazz, I'm not going to reach for it. So I'm more of a slip in, it looks good, or sling back, it looks good kind of person, as opposed to sitting down, tying a knot, or, you know, putting a sandal, putting a hook and all of that person. I cannot do that. So this is also a good one. It has, let me see. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it doesn't have that kind of cushioning, although this is leather. That's the only good part of this, and that this metal will be there. And if you wanted to just own a part of their 50th anniversary thing, then that will make it. But the gold detail does make it stand out. And for me, although I want an elevated sandal, I also want something that I can wear every day. So maybe for this, it will be something that it would be a dressy item and I can just wear it out and I'm not going to be in it for a long time. I promise myself now that for items that I'm not going to wear all the time, I'm not going to spend a lot of money on it. So maybe like just going out items, going, you know, to an event item, I'm not going to spend a lot of money. But my everyday items that I'm going to leave in, I would need them to be durable, and I will, you know, I wouldn't mind putting a lot of money. So this will probably be a going out item or dressing up a look item. That's the second item. And on to the next one. So the next item is this gray sandal from Zara. It's a kitten heel. Let me see and it's more of a T-strap leather kitten heels. And so something about this that it is leather, and this actually costs way more. This is $89.90 from Zara. This will be a perfect, I wish it had like toe covering. This will be a perfect because of the color, perfect fall or winter item, but except that is, you know, it's an open toe one, and it does have that what's it called right here, it does have that thong, and it has a strap over it. It reminds me of my St. Agnes sandal, which is right here. It reminds me of that because the St. Agnes has that also. But the St. Agnes one, this strap is outside of it, and the thong is on the inside, whereas the strap is on the inside and the thong is outside. So I'm not sure if they knew what they were doing. It was more of a design detail. They didn't want to really copy somebody and then didn't get strike for it, so they could easily claim that, oh, it's not a copy for copy. And the good thing about this is that it zippers at the back. So for me, I don't really mind a zip at the back because that's not, you know, too strenuous for me if I do keep this, because this is one of the one that I'm contemplating keeping also. But it is really nice. So it would be really nice to wear with trousers, even jeans, maybe a long skirt, a maxi dress, that kind of look. But the only caveat to this is that it is gray. I try to always make sure that my bottoms match my shoes, you know, that kind of look. But for me, when I do get other colors, I try to make sure that it's a color that will pop. So if I'm styling this against black, maybe because they're almost in the same color family, it will look good. But I'll have to look in my closet and look and see. I do think it will work because I just looked, and closer to my white section and my zebra section and my snakeskin section, I think this will work. So that's one of the things that I'm thinking of. So if you are also planning to buy things, always make sure to see if it's something that will work without items already in your closet or your wardrobe, so that you wouldn't need to buy things around it to make sure that it works. And what else? It has that cushioning at the back also, but not in the front. It's not as cushioned in the front, but it is good. And like I said, it's $89.90, and it is all leather. Albeit it's a very kitten heel, so it's more appropriate if you don't want to wear high heels, which I'm trying to deviate from, is wearing high heels because they've been hurting my knees now that I'm getting older. So the next sandal that I did pick up from Zara is this gold thong sandals. This also is not, let me see how much this costs, because it's saying it's €25.95. And I know for a fact that I didn't pay $25.95 for that. It was way more. So this was $55.90, and there's no way in if you convert 25.90 euros that it is $55.90. But it's a metallic effect kitten heel sandals. I mean, for this, if the strap alone, like I keep saying, had been made with leather, it would have been really good. For that price, you can as well make this leather. But I guess because they're selling in Europe very cheap, but because of duties and tariffs, this went up. But this is that, and I did pick it up in my normal size 42. But this has a cushioning right there. It's really good. I mean, you have to I guess I have to keep pick my battles, because this is really, I love the cushioning of it. I will try to see how it looks on. And the thing about this metallic one, which is gold metal, is that it's a neutral. You can style it with a lot of, it's just like you wear gold earrings or silver earrings. You can easily style metallics as neutrals with items. It doesn't call for a color, except maybe the tone of the item calls for silver, or it will go well with gold. But aside that, this is a neutral. It does go with a lot of things, and I wish that, you know, that, like I said, it's leather and it's firmer on my feet, but this is not. It feels like my feet will slip out, but I'll do a try on again so that you can see and help me decide. But that's that. It's comfortable. It's $55.90. It has that kitten heel. It's, you know, the heel height is even 1.8 inches, which is like 4.5 centimeters. So this is very, very low right there. It's good. It's an elevated sandal instead of wearing like flip-flop. This is what these are, like they're elevated flip-flops, so that in case you don't want to get flopping about, the heel kind of gives it an elevation and then elevates the look itself. So this is this one, and onto the next one. So the next sandal that I picked up from Zara are this ones that I have the wedge heel. And let me look at it real quick, what it does say this is. So this is a patent wedge sandal, and it has that, you know, tongue effect to it, although it is 2.8 inches. And so I love that. That's something I love about this, is that if you're struggling with heels, this is something, because it's balanced, you can easily wear. That's the reason why I reach for my St. Agnes sandals, because it's easier to wear. You know, even though it's a tongue, this is very light, although this is heavier, but it's steady. It's not something that, you know, you will probably trip with. It's not as, you know, blocky as that, but it's a good looking one. It's also in patent faux leather, and the cushion in here is really good. That's something that Zara has been doing lately that I love, is that their shoes have, you know, very good comfort. But unfortunately, because this is plastic, if you're wearing a very hot day, this will probably melt or give you that mark on your toes, or on your feet. And so that I'm not sure about. And then with the tongue, what it will do to that inner part of your, I mean, maybe if you're not sitting outside for long, but that's that with this sandals. Like I said, I got in the size 42, and this costs 29. That's another one that costs 29. Let's see how much it is. It's 59.90. So this is another one that costs 29.95 euros. But unfortunately, because of tariffs, I think that's why. Because normally the pricing is usually not too far off, but now because of the tariffs, it's off. And so very comfortable. The cushioning is there. If only Zara just made this in leather, then so I think that technology that you know, as that cushioning is called the Airfit Technical Insole Foam. So that's the technology that they put in there. Like it has the technical insole foam. It has that foam there so that you're not, your foot bud is not feeling that bad. So this is this one, and hopefully I'm showing you. I'm gonna try and, you know, make sure that this looks good on the side, or put it on the side so you can see. But that's that, and on to the next one. So the next sandal that I picked up from Zara, this is more of a mule. Is this braided cream Mule from Zara, and I picked it up in my normal size 42. This says it's $79.90, so I don't really know how much it costs in euros. But it's also of a kitten heel, just as you can see. It's not that high. The heel height is 3.1 inches, so even though it's high, the height is higher than the rest of them, but it's still not that bad. It's still considered a very tiny heel. I'm surprised that this is 3.1 inches though. It looks really small. And so this braided part here also is plastic, but it has that aero technology here, the foaming insole right there. And so this actually is braidable because of the mesh net looking, because it's braided and it looks good. And so for this, it will be like on days where your pedicure is not on point. It will be a great one to wear and try and wear with outfits. And I love the fact that it is cream. That way you are able to introduce something light to the feet. So let's say you have an all black outfit and you want to add a pop to it so that it's not all looking black. You can add this, or maybe an all dark outfit. This can be that color to break it up. And I did say it's $80, $79.90. I picked it up in my normal size. The cushioning is really good. On to the next one. So the next shoes that I picked up from Zara are the satin kitten heel sandals, and then on the thong sandals too. And this has a bit of the cushioning also, I guess, so that it's comfortable, and it has that thin strap, flip-flop look, but with the heel. And so this part of it is it's a fabric. Let me see what the fabric is. This is a satin, so let's see what the satin part is made out of. So it's actually still all 100% polyester or polyurethane, and so this is that one. And for this, I think because this is not the plastic, it's not as plasticky as the others. Like when you wear it out on very hot days, you wouldn't feel the plastic on your feet, but it still has that, like a fabric of a satin. It does say it is, but I'm not sure if this is as steady, because of it's not something, if I was to get, because I'm looking for an everyday item that I would wear. If I get this, it will be more of a going out item. It will be a once in a while item that I would wear. But the good thing about this is that if you're looking for chocolate, which chocolate has been in the color of the season for the past how many months now, chocolate does look good with brown. And for my skin tone, this will actually work well, because even though it's not exactly my match, it's sort of a neutral for me, and I actually love it. It has that FE technical insole foam, like I said, and it is $55.90. Not sure how much it was in euro, but it's probably on the 20-something pounds one. And I like the fact that for people like me that have wider feet, this kind of toe bird is good, because all my toes are on the shoe, not hanging outside of the shoe or not part of the shoe. They'll all sit comfortably there, and there's a cushioning, and so for comfortability, that works. The only thing that always gets me about thong sandals is that I'm very sensitive between my toes, that I have to be careful what I bring there, because if I have a itch or a scratch, sometimes my toes feel uncomfortable. That I like the fact that thongs make they give you that spread, but if the fabric or material that's used for this is not a comfortable one, if it's an itchy one, if it's not well constructed, that kind of gives me a damage between my big toe and the next one to it. So that's that about this. I'll make sure to link it in the description box, but this is very comfortable. This is comfortable. So if I wanted to find a sandal to wear out for occasions, this will be an appropriate one, because it's not something I'll be wearing every day, especially because it's not leather. It will be the only reason. And this part of it, it's I like when the heel is like right there, and it's a kitten heel. It's something you will walk with, and you'll still feel the elevation instead of walking around with flat shoes. This will still give you that kind of elevation. So the last but not least shoe for this Zara shoe haul, and I'll try to see if the shoe comes in. Maybe I'll insert that before this so that it does look, there's a symmetry in the video. But the last but not least for this shoe haul is this sandal from Zara. It's not a thong sandal like the rest have been. It's almost like the 50th anniversary one, except it has the cushioning. The 50th anniversary, for some weird reason, does not have the cushioning, so it must have been something they released back then and are re-releasing. So let's look at the detail for this. This says it's a sandal with metallic details. It is a sandal style shoe with strap at the front, metallic applique, thin high heel. So the heel height for this, even though it says it's a kitten heel, is 3 inches. I'm not sure when kitten heels became 3 inches, but that's what this is. And this, even at 3 inches, look higher than the one that said was 3.1. So I'm not sure about that. But the good thing about this, it has that metal detail there. And it kind of brings your feet in, all of it in, except that all of this is plastic. It's not leather. And I wish that when Zara does stuff like this, especially charging this kind of, I'm not sure how much leather will cost for this, but I don't think it should be that bad where this shouldn't have been in leather. So that's this for this. And it has this gold-like metal ball right there. And what else? I picked up in the 42. I guess it's the only one shoe that they recommended get in a smaller size, which is the biggest it goes, and I didn't pick up, and they didn't have 11, so I did pick up at the 10, and 10 unfortunately did not work. So like I said, it has that insole foam cushioning at the back also, and at the toe bed, so that way for your ball of your feet, this is comfortable. So you're not sitting on the ball of your feet is not sitting on this very hard surface. So it gives it that comfort. And I guess because all of this straps are spread out, it will make it all comfortable. So that's that for this shoe. I mean, it does look good on the feet, and maybe something else that we need to start demanding more, asking Zara for, is making sure that these shoes, we don't want to shoes that we'll wear and after the season is over we'll have to throw out. Is that we start demanding, or making sure that they're making it in sustainable fabrics, or making it in leather, because then that way it'll be, I'm not just making it leather, because sometimes people can make things in leather for shoes and the shoes will still fall apart, but making and constructing it really well. So that's that for this one. So that brings me to the end of this quick haul. Hopefully by the time I edit this down, it should be a very short and sweet video. I am on the lookout for, actually I've been looking out for a red thong sandal, or red sandals in general, and I haven't been able to find. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find, and I'm still looking for one. So if you come across one that you think I'll love, please send it my way and I'll take a look. And also, thank you so much for taking your time to watch this. I really appreciate your support on this channel, and we're still on the road to 2,000. Please let me know if there are other types of videos you would like to see from me. I know everyone enjoys the Pinterest videos. I enjoy recreating them also. But if there's things you wanted me to recreate based on what I have in my closet, please let me know, and then I'll see if I can conjure something up, like I tell my children. So that's it for this video. If you've not subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give me a like, a thumbs up. And what else? I'm also thinking of doing a giveaway for this channel. You guys have been, I love the comments, I love the support, and I also want to give back. And I think because of a brand that I'm loving right now is Quince, I'm thinking of doing a gift card from Quince, because if I said I should give an item, I don't know what people will like, but I want a more sustainable, a brand that we can all get at least one item from, and that it's not bad. Like when I say bad, that the fabric, materials, and whatever you get from that brand, I've never gone bad with it, except that for Quince, I've noticed that I always have to size up for the silhouette and look that I'm going for. So that's it for this video, and until next time, stay blessed.